So here we are, it's FA Cup second round weekend, and that's the round before we get the big boys coming in. That's the Premier League and the Championship clubs. And it's the time of year and the time of season where people start talking about the magic of the FA Cup, and at the same time when they also start talking about the magic of the FA Cup is slowly going away because teams don't play full strength sides and whatever. So here's my idea. What we do is we take the idea, one of the many things that the FA Cup has sort of built itself upon, is this idea that anyone can play anyone, when in actual fact, no, they can't. Because of the qualifying rounds that go on beforehand, you've got the qualifying round, then the extra preliminary qualifying rounds, whatever. There are a number of teams. I'm just going to take this year's teams, for example. In the extra preliminary round, right at the start of August, I was picking some names out of here. Flackwell Heath, Crowborough United, Biggleswade United, Pickering Town, so on and so forth, that are never getting to Wembley, in all due respect, and at the same time are also, very highly unlikely, never making it to the third round proper, where the big boys come in. So at the start of the year, you have, I'll take this one's years for example, 737 teams entering the FA Cup in one way or another, staggered through the competition. So what I'm proposing is we do away with all the qualifying rounds and the extra preliminary rounds, and we just go all in one tournament. So what this is, so 737 teams, you may have to wiggle out a few buys and gaps in a sort of bracket. But what we essentially do is, at the start of the year, you put all the teams into one big, probably going to be aquarium, not the bowl they use normally. Use one big bucket, put them all in, and draw every single team once, and then that's it for the whole tournament. No staggering through, no draws after the third round, fourth round, fifth round, whatever. One draw, then you fill out the brackets just like the UEFA Cup used to do, and you just go from there. What this does is it gives those teams that start in the extra preliminary rounds, they get their chance to play one of the big boys. So, again, I'll just take the names. Penrith, Billingham Town, Consett, Bridlington Town, Newton Aycliffe. They have as much a chance of drawing one of the big teams, Man United, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, whoever, Tottenham, whatever, in the first round, as anyone else. They could also, in theory, get one of the also small teams. But what this does, it plays on the fact that anyone can play anybody, which we'll get, but also it gives the scenario that you could potentially have two of the big teams playing in the very first round. So Manchester United versus Manchester City. Now what that does is it takes away their FA Cup commitments for the rest of the year. Their FA Cup duty for whoever loses, they're done. So when it comes, so say as it is now, you get the third round, then the fourth round, then the fifth round, and all this cup congestion that we're trying to get rid of. If Manchester City play Manchester United in the very first round off the top of my head, I think there'd be like 12. They play them in the first. Those are empty fixtures. Those are weeks off that they can use to rest. So that's basically the idea. You take all that, and then if you think about it, those teams lower down. Imagine if one of the little teams, Garforth Town, get drawn away to Manchester United in the very first round. The money that will go down throughout the lower leagues, I think it's down to tier 10 of the Football League, or the Football Pyramid, whatever. The money that will go down because all these little clubs are then going to finally get their big day out, either away to the big teams, which they were never going to get anyway, or if they get drawn at home, then you get the TV broadcasting details in. The money will then be spread out a lot better across the football period. All these clubs that are in danger of administration or are living month to month, they get their money right the first round. So that's basically my idea. Is at the start of the year, start of August, you put all the teams in, and you just have one draw, and then fill the bracket out. If any of you ever know of March Madness in America, the NCAA men's and women's basketball, you roughly know what I'm talking about. But that's basically it. You have the one draw at the start of the year. Put all the teams in, taking away a couple of buys because it's an odd number of teams, and then just play it out from there. Okay? So that way the magic of the cup, where anyone can play anyone, actually happens. Now, the second reason I'm proposing this is, again, you have the scenario where a big team could play a big team, Manchester United could play Manchester City, but also all these little teams could be playing all the little teams all the way through until eventually, in the quarter-final, or what the equivalent of the third round would be, it'd be something like the 8th round, is the prize money that would normally go to teams that would usually be in the Premier League or Championship to get into the round of 16. That money then goes down to the little clubs. So that's basically what this is all about. It's a way of spreading the money around. Because the FA Cup's really been all about money anyway. So Manchester United and Manchester City don't really need the winnings that they'll get from every round. So what we do is now we spread the money out across the football pyramid. Everyone gets a far more equal share. And also the magic of the cup gets dropped because all these little teams that have, again, attendances of 91, 86, 504, I see a 45 in there, they get their big day out, or they will have the chance to get their big day out. Something that would never have happened before. So that is my idea, FA. You'll probably ignore this, in fact I expect you to, but that is my suggestion. If you want to reignite the magic of the FA Cup, as many people call it, that is what you do. You take the draw and you make it completely open. Okay? That's my suggestion. Let me know what you think.